playing the intro. Hello, kids, and welcome to the Domestic Disturbance Podcast. 3 comics, 3 opinions, 1 shit show. Featuring Mike Keegan.
Are you just going to talk over me the whole time? Is that what you're going to do? All right, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Thank you very much.
Carla Okerson.
I tolerate you. I think I tolerate you very well.
Tolerate me at all.
I tolerate you. Believe that. I certainly tolerate all your horse shit. Look at me, I'm being tolerant right now. Look how tolerant. I'm tolerating it.
And Tim Saliani.
See,
Bill Clinton suicides people was the name of my high school band.
Be sure and stop by the Domestic Disturbance Podcast Facebook page to check out any new shows, upcoming events, or to leave us some hate mail. Music from our podcast is from the hardcore band Bore. You should check them out on Spotify and Bandcamp, where you can put a little something in the hat for them and purchase their music like good little consumers. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the arguments. All right, we'll go. Mike.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on tape. Thank you for listening to the Domestic Disturbance Podcast. We are happy to be here. Live on tape was a throwback to the old Larry Sanders show. But thanks for listening. Thanks for always listening and sharing and liking. Keep it up. Thanks for being here for the Domestic Disturbance Podcast. I'm Mike Keegan, joined by my friends. Introduce yourselves.
Tim?
Yeah. Oh, you're Tim? I didn't know that.
I'm giving you the floor.
I'll trade. That's fine. I'm just the douche that sits here and listens to you argue. How you doing? I'm Tim.
Tim the douche Saliani. Welcome.
And I'm Carla, picks on Mike Okerson. And joining us today is my very good friend and our very lovely special guest, Miss Michelle McDonald. Michelle,
hello.
Jump in here.
Oh, Michelle's still on mute.
Michelle, why are you on mute, dear?
I don't know. Hold on a second.
There we go.
My bad.
Oh, there we go.
Let's try that again. Michelle, hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle McDonald.
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Tim, I asked you to mute Michael, not Michelle.
If anybody's getting their fucking mouth closed, I'm talking to her.
You can't sit through the intro without saying something?
Yeah, you ruined my goddamn... You know how long I spend fucking putting that intro together, and you just don't know how to shut up.
Y'all are so rude today. You're extra rude. What's wrong with both of you?
PBR hard coffee.
Hard coffee.
I hate the fact that you can drink. That annoys me.
I know, right?
Michelle, Tim can't drink. He's the only one not drinking tonight because
he had a bit
immune
of a problem.
system.
There was a misunderstanding on a playground.
That's true.
Wait, no worries. So what about some gummies?
His immune system is too weak to have dealt with COVID properly, so now he's in timeout for 6 months.
I'm in timeout from everything.
Greg, you do like edibles?
Yeah, why don't you do CBD, like with turmeric and other healing properties?
What are the other healing properties?
Well, like turmeric's amazing. It's great. Like anxiety, inflammation. It helps boost your immune system. It helps like digest food.
I like.
Well, are we talking about gummies or are we talking about turmeric?
We're talking about CBD gummies with turmeric.
Ah, I would try that.
Even
I
though
like
that was
the
a thing.
weirdness of
Try that.
person.
I like to play a game where I get myself really angry and then I pass out from my blood pressure spike, and then we call it a day.
So then you know what? If you want
I
that,
play
I
a similar game. I play a similar game, Tim. I get Mike really angry, and then I choke him until he passes out.
I had to make that. I made that video. Sorry, Mike. I made that video for Don yesterday. For the put up, shut up, stand up thing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got so incensed talking about what we're going to talk about in a minute that I got lightheaded and my hands went numb, and I was like, oh, all right, maybe I should lay down.
Here we go. What Tim's talking about is that it's been going around all week. It's the pandemic video that was going around that it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut up. No. No, it makes no sense. First of all, the mask, wearing a mask activates corona.
Makes sense to me.
Oh my god,
dude, that woman is a nut job. All you have to do is take a 10-second Google search to see what a crazy bitch that lady is.
Listen, I understand that the whole follow the money mantra, it fits with a lot of things, but this is beyond the fucking...
It's beyond it, because I am a little bit on that side, because I'm very skeptical, and I'm not a big Fauci fan, and I know that there are things that the numbers are getting added, but that lady took it way too extreme, and even I was like, oh my god, that lady is out of her fucking...
So what are we referring to the people who believe in the pandemic as? Like, are they...
Well, she's a rabid anti-vaxxer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Claims not to be, but rabid anti-vaxxer. If you're hanging out with Robert Kennedy, you know, you could just go fuck your mother.
Yeah.
So what are we calling them? The Confederacy? Confederacy? Nothing on that, guys? Thanks, Michelle. Michelle got it. Nothing?
I like that a lot,
Confederacy?
actually.
It was pretty good. We'll get better. We're starting out.
I like how he apologized for your joke.
I swear to God, guys, she's funny. She is.
Ouch. Here we go with the noises. So, Michelle, you saw the video, right? Or you saw saw people post it, right? Or
Okay, wait, no, yeah, I saw the video.
okay, so you wasted 26
Michelle and I
minutes
have
of
been
your life.
discussing the video for a couple of days, actually.
Yeah.
Which is why it was perfect for her to come on today.
All right. So then let's hear what your initial take was. Initial take before anything else. Before you did the research.
So my initial take is it's very intimidating. It's very scary. Right now, everything that I'm looking at, I feel as is sensationalism, no matter what source I'm getting from. But I'm also one of those people that I tend to get my news media from like BBC.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been watching Corona since January. Like I canceled my birthday party at the TWA hotel because I was scared of Corona. Like back in
I was pretty mad about that, Michelle. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been a great night out. Leading up to 3 months in.
It was. Because you imagine like
it was gonna be Michelle's +1.
Now with dessert, do they serve TWA tea?
You know, I'm not sure because I didn't get to go.
TWA tea. All right,
We're just getting started. Give us
over 2 right now.
I swear, guys, he's funny. I swear. Once in a while, he's funny. Like once in a while, he really nails it, and he's funny. Like you just have to like be there for it. You know, it's like you just have to be there.
So
like lightning in a bottle.
So you had to cancel your birthday. You canceled your birthday party in January because obviously you don't watch the shit news that we have.
Well, she was concerned about contamination, and meanwhile, at the time, because we all know I'm the outbreak monkey, I'm trying to convince Michelle to have the party. I'm like, Michelle, let's do this.
You're the Nancy Pelosi of the group. Yeah, come on down to Chinatown, have a party. It's fine. Things are fine.
It might be a little bit risky.
Dropping dead behind her.
So then when you saw the video, because you've been keeping up on all that stuff, right? You see this video and it scares you a little bit to see the shit that they're talking about. That was your initial reaction?
It scared me so much. I like sent it to friends that have like a better bullshit detector than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Including Carla, including my cousin Alyssa, the scientist. You know, I'd be like, hey, like, what are the facts on this? Like, is this like in the realm of reality, or is this just a sensationalism that's just scaring me? Because like, I'll believe anything on a YouTube video. And then Carla sent me a message, and I'm not sure. I forget who called it out, but somebody identified the fact that they spelt filmmaker wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like filmmaker or something.
It was film actor. I actually I took it and I circled it and I posted it. I forget to who. Was it yours?
Well, you know, the film actor is a former model. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's a model slash. Well, he's also the dude that roped his kid into going into a Toys R Us and making the kid pick out a girl present. And then passing it off as, well, you know, I let my child identify his own, you know, his or her own gender. And then to try to make the video go viral. And it turns out that, you know, he just had the kid pick the girl toy. It wasn't like the kid gave a shit. So,
I don't get it.
In other words, he was trying to point out that we should let children, and we should, you know, pick whatever toys they're drawn to, whether it's geared towards a girl or whether it's geared towards a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid picked the girl toy. And then he talked about how, you know, the kid was being shamed because he liked girl toys. All that turned out to be a bunch of bullshit. Mm-hmm. It was basically just for him, again, to go viral by throwing this, you know, whatever, little social experiment out there. And it's the same thing with this. If you don't think that this guy's just trying to make a fucking dollar right now off of all this nonsense.
People spend all day trying to figure out how to go viral and how to make a dollar, especially with all the shit that's going on. Like, the thing that scared me, the video scared me, first of all, but what scared me is the people that take this woman's every word as Bible. Like, people believe all this shit, and that's a problem.
I'm glad he's got a great bone structure because I want somebody to shatter his fucking jaw. Piece of fucking shit. A vulture. A fucking societal vulture, this guy is.
I don't see anything. I'm looking and I don't see anything about, it says he posted a video supporting his son's right to play with the Little Mermaid Ariel doll and encouraging other fathers to do the same.
Yeah, the whole thing was staged.
The kid didn't actually pick the Ariel doll. It was
you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that? How do you know it was staged?
Because when he was producing it, whoever he talked to, it was a whole planned thing. This was years ago.
You believe WWF wrestling is real, Carla?
It's still real to me, damn it.
I don't want your boy.
How old was the child?
I think he was like 7, right, at the time?
Yeah. Yeah. Right,
it was in 2015, so 5 years ago.
Yeah, that doesn't tell the age. I think he was like 7. But anyway, this guy clearly like tries to touch a nerve in order to gain traction for whatever bullshit he's got going on. So he latched on to this anti-vax movement. He got funding. He found this crackpot doctor who's never ran a lab. Right, she was
zero credibility. She was arrested for what? Stealing lab equipment.
Right. You know, she
stole a laptop and she stole hard drives with research that belonged to. I'm not sure ultimately if the theft was the actual stuff or if it was the research that was on the stuff. I don't remember I don't know exactly which one she was prosecuted for, or both. Because I think you can't work on your old job with a laptop.
What were you saying, Michelle?
I think intellectual property would be considered something else because that value is immeasurable because, you know, it has a strong value. What I'm saying.
Like, I'm not sure she was ultimately prosecuted for stealing the actual devices or for stealing the research on the hard drive and on the laptop.
Yeah.
whatever. She stole shit. Okay. She was so incensed that the research that she was doing, she thought she was onto something, right? It turns out that her samples were corrupted. The studies that she was doing could not be duplicated, and she kind of got the shaft. She got fired, and you know, I felt bad for her in that sense. But she then was working as a bartender, and somebody at the country club that she went to found out that she used to be a scientist who worked in the National Cancer Institute, and went to her and proposed to her. I have friends who are in the anti-vax area. How would you like to run your own lab? And it was rich people, you know, fucking bored rich housewives.
A bunch of Karens, if you will.
Watch your mouth, Carla. That's racist now.
It's very mean.
A bunch of Karens.
It's very mean. That is
hard
racist.
end.
Are you implying that all white women are the same? Michelle, comment.
Most.
Hi, Carla.
Michelle's off-white. She's off-white.
She's off-white.
She gets a pass.
So I'm like the Virgil's edition, like for Louis, like the Virgil's edition, like off-white. That's like the higher end, like Louis version.
She's off-white. She's
off-white.
She's a fucking Snuggle fabric softener commercial. You kidding me? It doesn't get more white.
It leaves fingerprints on marshmallows.
Of course it gets more white. Look at you two. You two are whiter.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Michelle, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm having an ice pick, which is Kettle One vodka with unsweetened iced tea.
Oh, I like it.
I never knew it was called that.
Neither did I, but I'm sorry?
Carla just calls that breakfast.
Or tea party drinks. Yeah, my friends at World Pie in Bridgehampton, because I would always order them, was like, "Oh, you're gonna have an ice pick, right?" And I was like, "No, wait, what's an ice pick?" And then I was like, "It's your drink."
Nice, I like it.
So the general consensus between us all is the video is a bunch of bullshit. So now you talk to
even me, even I agree. And listen,
thank Christ.
I like to mess with Tim on Facebook a little bit, but no, the video is bullshit.
Yeah, we were concerned about you.
I know.
I got to tell you though,
I know that there is a big cover up, and they're not. None of us know everything. Follow the money. Dr. Fauci cannot be relied upon. He's a piece of shit.
The Fauci OJ joke was funny, but
very much, yes.
But,
was it though?
It was funny and true. Dr. Fauci researching coronavirus is like OJ trying to find the real killer.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it was.
It was funny.
The guys invested in the Wuhan lab.
I guess comedy's subjective.
Yeah, because you don't find anything funny because you're depressing. Carla.
That's fair.
I'm trying to joke around with her on the phone before, and she just gets nasty with me and hangs up. Can't joke around.
He's so annoying. He's so fucking annoying. He's crazy. I'm trying to ask him a question. He's like, maybe, maybe, maybe. I'm like, it's a fucking yes or no question. Did you put the fucking cake into the refrigerator or not? Stupid. It's made with fresh whipped cream. He's like, I don't know, maybe.
I said, maybe I'll check. I said, maybe I'll check. And she goes, it's made with fresh cream, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh, I got to mess with her now because she's a maniac.
So I hung up.
Yelled at me about whipped cream.
I don't have time for that shit.
You yelled at me about whipped cream, you fucking maniac.
Yeah, because I don't want your mother to die of food poisoning on Mother's Day, you asshole.
Ugh.
Oh.
Welcome to my life.
Hey, Michelle, welcome to the show.
Exactly.
We're talking about the hard-hitting shit that's going on in the world, and these two get into a fucking fight about whipped cream.
You see, Michelle, why I needed to present a kindler, gentler Carla on a different show? Do you see why that was necessary? Because they...
Oh, a bullshit Carla.
And then everyone's like, oh, Carla's such a bitch. And I'm like, but I'm such a nice person. They're just super mean to me and get me riled up.
Nancy Rizzuto's drinking vodka with pink ice cubes. I want to know how to make pink ice cubes.
I'm drinking vodka with ginger, lime, and orange juice.
Nice.
I'm gonna go drink my own fucking tears.
Ooh, I bet those would be good with a little vodka. It would be like the saddest, dirtiest martini.
They're just tears of frustration.
Yeah.
I'm so confused about that.
About what?
Tim's
No.
Oh, about no drinking and stuff. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm on blood. Well, yeah, you know that we all had the Rona, right?
Yes.
All right. So
Tim's on hydrochloroquine.
Yeah, hydrochloroquine. Yeah, I'm on. It's a fun cocktail. I ended up having hypercoagulation of the blood, and it gave me a blood clot, which gave me a pulmonary embolism, which landed me in the hospital. And yeah, so I'm on blood thinners, so I can't do any of that shit.
Thanks, Carla.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
That is what it is.
Are you doing the shot?
So ungrateful.
No, I'm taking
antibodies.
pills, thankfully. Yeah. I mean, because in the hospital, they were giving me shots in the stomach. That was fun.
Oh, those are rough. Because that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that what they give you for rabies? Are you sure you didn't have rabies?
I don't know. Yes, they do give you rabies shots in the stomach, yes.
Carla, I think Rich Rita just called us fat. He said, "Oh, they're fighting over cake. How unexpected."
I think the rabies goes through the belly button now.
Rabies is through the belly button.
Does some part of Rich Rita think I won't go to his house and punch him in the face?
All right, so we all know the pandemic is fucking ridiculous. It's stupid.
Pandemic is ridiculous.
Anybody who shares it should fucking heave themselves off an overpass.
Yeah.
Wait, I shared it.
Oh.
Did you share
the pandemic?
I shared it with Carla. I shared it with Alyssa, and I was like, guys, please tell me, is this real?
You sent it out in a private message to talk about it. You didn't share it on your
you didn't share it telling everybody, you have to watch this. It's true. Everyone fucked. We're all fucked. They're all lying to us.
Well, Michelle, it was nice having you on the show.
Watch this before it gets deleted.
So, speaking of taking shots, let's go into... I hate the fact that I have to produce this shit. Let's go into the fact that... I'm going to play the video, actually.
I think I know where you're going, and that was a terrific segue, Tim.
It's not bad. The Rona gets passed through semen thing.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah. All right, hold on one sec. Let's play the video.
Doctor, I want to ask you about another study, a different study entirely that's coming out of China that found that the COVID-19 virus could be found in the semen of infected men. Does that mean that this might be a sexually transmitted disease as well?
Yes. I'm glad you asked me that question because that's been of significant interest because let me start by saying immunologically, there are privileged sites in the body that are not readily attacked by those areas is the inner portion of the eyeball, the thyroid gland, the ovary, and of course the testicle. These are called immunologic privileged sites. So it would stand to reason that the virus could reside there without being destroyed by the immune system necessarily for some period of time. That being said, it's possible that sexual intercourse may actually result in transmission of the virus. And I'm trying to get data on the patient's age and how long they have had the disease. Does this virus stay in the semen for a prolonged period of time, say a week, 2 weeks, 2 months? We simply don't know. The Chinese did the study on 38 patients, and only 7 of them were noted to have the virus in the semen. But 7 out of 38 is a fairly large number. So if we extrapolate that to several hundred people, it may be quite significant. So we have to worry about that. Again, the testicle is a privileged immunologic site, as is the ovary and other parts of the body. That in itself has been very interesting. But in the presence of this particular pandemic, it's extraordinarily important to know that.
Where they said that, like, you cannot get corona through sex.
Yeah, well, apparently that's not true. Apparently that's not a thing because those Those little Rona guys are making the trip.
You gotta wear protection. So you gotta wear protection. That's all it is. You can't share it through safe sex. So you need to wear a mask, wear gloves, wear a condom.
Wear a mask on my penis?
That is a very specific kink.
Well, I feel like you're always yes, but I feel like
you know, I think this is true because I have a tube sock in my room that's been coughing a lot.
Is that what you call Carla a tube sock?
Oh my God, Tim! Holy shit! She has been coughing a lot.
Yeah, I can't stop coughing. I'm coughing really bad. It's not getting better.
Did you get your results back though?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I finally retested negative, but my daughter retested positive. So we're still all out here. We're still contagious and shit.
So, like in the video, I said, what, 6 Chinese guys had COVID in their semen. So
7 out of like 25. Oh my God! Yeah, what you were gonna? Here we go.
I don't know. Maybe I just shouldn't have eaten that cream with some young guy last night.
I knew it was coming.
You know, we lose viewers when you say dumb shit like that, Mike. You know that, right?
That's
like you're aware of that.
That's the
like
old.
People
just
people
gained
hate
three
you do
viewers.
that.
That's
Who viewer is not gonna love a joke like that? Everyone loves a cream of some young guy joke.
It's true. That joke's been around forever.
Shut up, Tim. Don't defend him.
Being a little touchy. Listen, tube sock. Settle down.
Yeah, relax there, Doc.
So nothing on the fact that they're seeing that semen can spread corona.
How about just fucking wear a condom? Just use a condom. Just use a condom. Whether it's COVID or just regular old schmegular AIDS or herpes or Mike's strain of gonorrhea, wear a condom. Use a condom.
What's regular schmegular AIDS?
Regular schmegular AIDS. No one wants to talk about AIDS anymore. No one gives a shit about AIDS. Everyone's worried about coronavirus. No one cares about getting AIDS.
Is that somewhere between Easy-E AIDS and Magic Johnson AIDS? Just regular schmegular AIDS?
Magic Johnson AIDS is cured. Magic Johnson AIDS is a thing. It's nil.
I know, and Easy-E AIDS is cured too.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like
different
AIDS he was injected though, right? So maybe that was like stronger.
I thought it was from hose.
Is that true? No, they're saying maybe Suge Knight injected him with HIV.
No. I don't think it was Suge Knight. I think it was. Didn't you see the movie?
Yeah.
It was Jerry's doctor. Jerry's doctor injected him.
You're saying Jerry Heller's doctor injected?
I'm not saying that.
AIDS?
I'm pretty sure that's what the movie.
First of all,
pretty sure I heard that in the pandemic video.
Well, yeah, was Jerry Heller's doctor Dr. Judy Mikovits?
Judy Mitkos, yeah.
I'm just going with what the movie implied.
I didn't see the movie. This is news to me.
I thought the movie implied that Suge is the one that was behind that. And there's interviews where people in Suge's gang or whatever talk about how he used to talk about injecting people, or that would be a good way to kill people.
Is Suge Knight dead?
No, he's in jail.
Oh, he's in jail. Okay.
I guess all AIDS is contracted from injection, in one way or another.
Well now.
Ooh.
Well now.
Hey now.
Oh my God. All right. So bag it up is basically what you're saying.
We just lost more viewers. They don't like AIDS jokes.
They're dropping faster than my T cells.
Because he has AIDS.
That's right, exactly. Tim has AIDS.
But Tim, literally no one cares about your AIDS, but everyone's very interested in your coronavirus. Everyone's interested in your COVID stats.
Nobody cares about.
I think I know the name of this episode now. Tim has AIDS.
It's true. Why not?
Tim has AIDS.
I'm collecting all the viruses in hopes that I have the Mr. Burns strategy where if I have them all, they won't be able to fit through it. Right. Yeah.
Saliani has AIDS. AIDS.
Speaking of AIDS, Mike brought to our attention today that Brian May is in the hospital.
Yes. Good. You're amazing with the segues tonight, Tim. Holy shit.
I've been working on this shit, Mike.
Speaking of shots in the mouth, speaking of AIDS, this is awesome. Yeah, Brian May is in the hospital. Brian May, the guitar player from Queen.
Okay, does he have COVID?
It's not COVID.
It's not
He was
COVID.
actually specific about that in his Twitter message. I think we have a video, though.
Is it AIDS? Is it AIDS?
Well, you'll see. Tim has I believe he has a video explaining why Brian...
Is it AIDS?
It's not AIDS.
Then why do we care?
Because it's hilarious.
Okay.
Let's go to the videotape.
Oh my God.
Queen guitarist Brian May rushed to hospital after over-enthusiastic gardening injury. Queen guitarist Brian May was rushed to the hospital earlier this week, the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer revealed on Instagram Wednesday. May ripped his gluteus maximus to shreds in a moment of over-enthusiastic gardening, he wrote. The We Will Rock You songwriter, 72, said he will not be able to walk or sleep for some time because the pain is relentless. He also confirmed his trip to the hospital was not due to the coronavirus. Reality check. For me. No, the virus didn't get me yet, thank God, May wrote, alongside a photo of himself wearing a face mask and a video of his perspective of the hospital hallway from a wheelchair. Hope you're all keeping extra safe out there. A decision to relax controls doesn't suddenly make the danger go away. But me? Yes, I've been quiet. Reason? As well as getting overstretched and harassed by too many demands. I managed to rip my gluteus maximus to shreds in a moment of over-enthusiastic gardening, May continued. So suddenly I find myself in a hospital getting scanned to find out exactly how much I've actually damaged myself. Turns out I did a thorough job. This is a couple of days ago, and I won't be able to walk for a while, or sleep, without a lot of assistance, because the pain is relentless.
AIDS. All right, we're back.
Jeff Bossy said, ever since I brought up AIDS, 10 people left. And somehow none of those 10 people were Jeff Bossy. So I'll keep trying.
Yes, Brian May thing, that's definitely AIDS, right?
I mean, he tore apart his glutes.
How you were in a band with Freddie Mercury for 20 years, and this is the first time your gluteus maximus got torn apart? I mean, this guy, come on.
I'm thinking what? He was like pulling out a hard weed and he just went to a weird squat and then just couldn't quite get it going. How did that happen?
It was described as enthusiastic gardening injury. That's hilarious.
I want to be that enthusiastic about something. Anything.
You're not enthusiastic about a good clean and jerk, Michelle?
You've never been so enthusiastic that you ripped your asshole apart?
No.
Well, there was this one time.
Well, Mike told me about him being really over enthusiastic and his asshole getting ripped apart, but he didn't call it gardening.
Well,
he called it. He said it was experimenting in college, but whatever. I don't know.
You just see him.
Brian May shredded his rectum apart. Freddie Mercury called that Tuesday.
Is this going to bring us back around to AIDS?
Yeah, it goes right back to everything ends up coming right back around to AIDS.
Always. That's the circle chart. Right back to AIDS.
Elton John wrote a song about it.
I just picture Brian May, like, getting a good squat down to pull out a weed like he's fucking Thor.
Guys, I've got breaking news. People, I've got breaking news.
Oh, fuck.
I'm hearing that Roy from Siegfried and Roy has just passed away. Reactions?
Was it due to a gardening incident?
I bet he got COVID from one of those tigers.
Didn't I talk about that 2 weeks ago?
It was an over-enthusiastic garden.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Someone just said Roy Horn passed away from Siegfried and Roy, and I never heard about it before. but I often don't listen when Tim speaks, so he might be right.
Could have segued into it saying, speaking of getting your asshole shredded, Roy from Siegfried and Roy said.
Yeah.
I don't need to do bad segues. I can just talk.
Good God. You're insane.
Wait, is he dead? What happened?
Is that
he just died?
I'm hearing that he's dead.
He's like 100 years old. Isn't that?
Is he the one? Is he the one that got torn apart?
We talked about it before.
Is he the one that got mauled by the tiger?
No, he's the gay one.
I think so.
They're both the gay one with each other.
I think Roy was the one that got mauled by the tiger.
Wait, the guy that got mauled lived?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't look too good, but.
Yeah, and then they went back to work with the same tigers.
No.
You know, behind this is that crazy bitch Carol Baskin.
What? Carol Baskin strikes again.
Exactly.
She is really dangerous.
That bitch.
She's very dangerous. She frightens me.
How
she's my hero. She's my hero. And speaking of heroes, Tim, who else do I love this week?
Oh God, really?
Nothing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I know. Yeah. I know. You always wanted to show up, to a place that Jay was at with a gun and a knife.
I got something for all you hoes. Oh yeah. What's her name? Nina
Thompson.
Yeah. Nina Thomas.
Thomas.
All right. Yeah.
Michelle,
do
you know this? Do you know this?
No.
So she's married to an NFL player, and they get into a fight, and he takes off in the car, and she decides she's going to look for him. So she checks on Snapchat, and he's checked into an Airbnb with his brother and a bunch of chicks. So she pulls up. She finds him having a threesome with his brother and some chick, and there's apparently just a plethora of hoes also in the Airbnb. So
Earl Thomas is my hero.
Yeah. So
wait, why?
She was.
Earl Thomas's brother is mine.
She grabs his gun before she leaves the house to look for him because she's a smart woman and she knows that she's on a mission. And she shows up to this place, holds the gun to his head, and then waves it around to all the girls. And she's like, "I got something for all you hoes." Then chases him around with the gun and a knife and ends up getting arrested. And long story short, how much do you want to donate to her legal fund? Because I got money and I'm willing to spend it.
I'll ruin this whole thing for you right now.
Put money down.
I'll ruin this whole thing for you now. Today is his birthday,
Why?
and she put him a diamond bracelet for his birthday.
Yep.
Yeah, she still also held a gun to his head, so bravo.
I know, but how long did that anger last for? She just bought him a diamond bracelet.
Wait,
who cares?
Can we go back? Can we rewind? I'm
still gonna miss that Baltimore Ravens money.
Wait, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yes. So he and the brother are at an Airbnb with a whole house full of hoes, or an Airbnb full of hoes. Why
Airbnb full of hoes.
Why are they sharing the same hoe?
I don't know.
You never spit roasted with your brother? Come on now.
I never actually spoken to him about it. I was thinking the same thing. Like, why not just take 2 hoes each, and just go on about your business with your hoes? And they had extra hoes. There were extra hoes laying around.
Like, what were the hoes doing there? Were they like making sandwiches?
I don't know.
It's not how it's done in the Thomas family.
In my fantasy, yes.
Like this, but then she threatens the hoes. She chases him around with a gun, and I mean, good for her. That's right. She got him a diamond bracelet. She was like, "Now you know, and here, happy birthday. I still love you, but now you know better. Now you know better, and now you'll be on the up and up. Happy birthday."
No, now he knows better not to put that shit on Snapchat because he's gonna get caught. That's what he knows better.
Yeah, now he's not gonna do it because he doesn't know what else she's gonna do.
He played for the Ravens. Crazy because Ray Lewis was standing there with a knife in his hand.
She should have shot his pinky toe off like Eddie Murphy.
And Ray Caruth had his trunk open.
She learned from Tiger Woods' wife, and she decided to step it up, take it to the next level.
That is badass of her, but he's not going to stop cheating on her.
Yeah, we stand on the shoulders of the sisters that came before us, Michelle. So we have to level up too. Next time, she's going to stab him a little. Maybe just cut him in the face so he remembers.
Oh, I do something slightly different.
What would you do?
would you handle this, Michelle?
That was previous.
I have it on good authority that he showed her the Ray Rice video, and then that was that.
What's that?
He
beat the shit out of his girlfriend.
He's a piece of
elevator.
garbage.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a piece of garbage. Beat the shit out of his girlfriend in an elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Nothing like domestic violence to put fucking the brakes on, huh?
It's a pretty shocking video, and then he's still playing in the NFL, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but
did they like really not give a shit about it?
I got him on a really late round one year because of that.
Yeah.
For fantasy. So I mean, you take the good with the bad.
Wait. Why is he still allowed to play? I thought like these players were supposed to be held up to some type of like.
No, they have some.
Oh, Michelle, my sweet summer child.
You were saying, Carla, white?
Welcome to internalized misogyny with Carla Okerson.
Oh God.
But I mean, it goes two ways, though.
I've gotten so far into this episode without saying internalized misogyny. Tim, were you not so proud of me?
Will you let our guest say what she was about to say before you jump down her throat? Michelle, it goes two ways, you were saying?
Well, why is he allowed? But just think about it, and it's not really maybe anything to be answered, but I know.
Look at you dancing.
I feel bad saying it, but like Louis C.K. can't perform comedy anymore, or like can't sell out the same rooms he once sold out because he was just trying to have like his ego stroked on a power play move by somebody that
was
willing. I'm sorry?
He was stroking his own ego.
Literally, yes.
Did he ask himself first if he could? Was it all right?
But yeah, what were you saying, Michelle? Sorry.
But yeah, like I think that's ridiculous. Like the American public like will not care to let this man speak of like the deviance of his life or do different things to entertain the public. However, somebody can like throw a football and they can beat like their girlfriend or their wife up in a public place, and it only becomes an issue because there's a video camera in the elevator.
You're exactly right. Like we said, follow the money. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. At the same time,
pass.
Could always blame it on the CTE.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I do. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Oh, okay. That's what makes football players gay, yeah?
Yeah.
I watched the documentary.
Yeah, that is what makes football players gay.
That's what made Aaron Hernandez gay.
To this day, I can't see a pine cone without doing a squat thrust on it. So.
I mean, but can we talk about like what's really important about that documentary? How fucking hot was that guy? God damn. They're talking about how he's murdering people and doing all this gay shit, and I'm like, oh, he could totally still get it. He's so hot.
You're such a feminist, Carla.
What, feminists can't acknowledge hotness?
Carla, the selective feminist.
Feminists cannot acknowledge that someone's good looking?
Yeah. You're supposed to hate everything. His internal ugliness is supposed to emanate externally.
He's got you
but
there.
Unfortunately, his didn't. That's how good looking his show was, that it held in his ugliness so tightly.
I think
and those abs and that ass.
I think Michelle disagrees with you.
Michelle, you don't think he was hot?
I don't know who we're talking about.
Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
The guy from the Patriots who he murdered people and then he killed himself in jail.
I'll send you a picture right now. You love him.
Okay.
Carl, picture.
Thank you.
I have it saved in my favorites.
It's actually her wallpaper instead of me.
No.
Holy fucking
Christ.
Yeah, no. Come on, man.
Can you pull up this guy? My computer's dead. If I leave the screen, I'll get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, who is he? Was he like famous?
Yeah.
Like, when was he a tight end for the Patriots?
Football player for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like when? Like during like the Tom Brady years?
Yes.
Yeah, he was one of Tom Brady's biggest targets.
Yep.
Oh, so that's what. Oh no, wait, the guy's like not. Oh, he's kind of like dirty looking.
He is. And don't forget he's also a serial murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tattoos.
Stop it, Michelle.
She likes him older.
I do. He looks like a baby. I feel like
like Joe Theismann.
I'm sorry?
How about a picture of Joe Theismann? He's an older football player.
I don't know who he is.
You like him old? You like him old? We can grab a shovel and some flashlights and go dig up Red Grange for you.
That's a little bit too old, Tim. I'm sorry?
That is a guy that takes shots in the face in
Carla,
jail.
if you're into that whole good body, chiseled abs thing, we know you're not.
I have more than one type, Mike. I like a lot of different kinds of men.
Oh, yeah?
And this is just one of the assorted kinds of men. I don't have to like only one dessert. I like a lot of different hoes, Mike.
Good God.
You're a whore.
No. She's only a whore.
Sometimes I like a little murdering hoe, you know.
So that's where the Rona originated from.
Don't slut shame me, Mike, you piece of shit.
I just did.
Don't slut shame me.
How old was he?
How old?
I don't know, but look at his dimples.
He was like 27, I think.
Dimples, he's so cute.
He wasn't dirty.
Yeah, he wasn't dirty.
He wasn't dirty yet.
Look at his dimples.
Yeah, okay, so he's so like...
Look what you did to me. You made me jealous of a dead serial killing gay man.
Was he 27 when he made the murders? Or when he died?
Is Rocco Magnotti, Luca Rocco Magnotti, is that who you're talking about?
Is he not available?
Because think about it. If he was 27 when he died, and he died in jail, how old was he when he was doing the murders?
25, 20...
Like 25, maybe?
First time was when he was in college, right? When he was playing for Miami?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He killed somebody in college?
Yeah. But did you... I watched the documentary.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally watching all of the footage.
But the volume was off. The volume was off.
I didn't say I listened to the documentary. Listen, you need to listen, Tim. I said I watched it. Look, I watched it. Didn't hear it. I watched it.
You just had 5 fingers in your twinkle cave. Is that what the deal was?
I was recording pieces for my spank bank.
That's horrific.
I was like, hold on a second. Record. Got it.
See, I don't think he's like, men's brains don't fully develop
until they're like
25.
75, right? 75.
Here's the fun thing about playing football your whole life. Your brain never really fully develops.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just gets, it's like you've taken ecstasy every day for your life. You just get holes in your head. That's it.
It just bounces off the walls for 3 hours a day.
You walk into rooms and you ask yourself why you're here.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's funny because I've never played football and I do that.
Well, like I said, ecstasy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Michelle was like, oh. Michelle gave a Keanu Reeves style, oh. That was
all right.
That's fucking hysterical.
Speaking of ecstasy, the Georgia thing, that was a terrible segue.
Wow. I was just going to say.
Why do you guys feel the need to do that horrible segue thing?
I tried for a segue and I failed.
I do it because it annoys you.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing.
Oh, no. Believe me, I understand it's your favorite thing to annoy me. I get it.
Yeah. All right.
But
let me play the jogger video. Obviously, we all know the story. Let me play the video and then we'll go into it. Hold on a second.
Video, guys, just quickly... Tim, just do a quick caveat. You know, viewers, if anyone is actually watching, it's a hard video to watch. So I'm letting you know now.
Grow up.
It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Very violent.
I'm not playing.
You don't want to watch. Just know it's coming up. It's not.
I'm not playing the fucking Faces of Death video. I'm not playing Nick Berg, for fuck's sake. It was a news report. It gets cut off.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. How am I supposed to know what video you're playing? You guys are some sick fucks.
I sent you the video, assbag.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Ahmaud Arbery's family was supposed to be celebrating his 26th birthday on Friday.
I was always proud to be his older sister. He was easygoing, loving, generous, humorous.
Instead, they are mourning his loss and seeking justice for his death.
This whole situation was senseless. It could have been avoided. Our brother's supposed to be here.
Arbery was shot and killed on February 23rd while he was out jogging in a neighborhood near Brunswick, Georgia. He was unarmed. Gregory McMichael and his son Travis were taken into custody Thursday night. Authorities say the elder McMichael, a former cop, told police Arbery looked like a person they thought was responsible for recent break-ins. That's a claim the family doesn't believe.
There's nothing that's going to connect Ahmaud, the victim, to any criminal behavior, certainly nothing that is going to lead to his death.
The shooting has drawn protests and outrage nationwide, even reaching the White House.
My heart goes out to the parents and to the loved ones of the young gentleman. It's a very sad thing.
An attorney for Arbery's father says it shouldn't have taken more than 2 months to make these arrests. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
All right, Carla. So this is your time to shine, legalese. Why weren't these two picked up months ago?
Racism.
I mean,
I think it's my other favorite thing. It's because the blue wall of silence. One of those guys is to be a cop, and they protect their own. The dad was an investigator and former police department of that area, and they were trying their best not to arrest him.
I've seen In the Heat of the Night. I know. Stop it.
And ultimately they were arrested. Ultimately, social media brought them to justice because
that's one thing. I always trash Facebook and social media. Nothing good comes out of it. Finally, one thing.
I mean, it was outrageous that it took them this long, but. What did they say originally? They were going to go to grand jury?
Yeah, they were waiting for it to go to grand jury.
Because of the coronavirus?
Right.
But they didn't need to do all that. They didn't need to go to grand jury. They could have arrested him. Why didn't they arrest him immediately? Why didn't they arrest him that day? Why didn't they arrest him the day the video came out?
Did we look into his criminal past? I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Did you see
Carla was ready to jump
Did you see the
through that screen?
I was like, ah!
No, I'm not. I listen. I was one of the first people to speak out about this.
That is true.
It is crazy that his name rhymes with armed robbery, though. But that's no reason to kill a guy. Right?
I mean, but interestingly enough, he wasn't doing anything. He was jogging. He was an avid fitness enthusiast.
Yeah.
And
he was a high school football star, right?
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah. Even if he was the person that was burglarizing homes in their neighborhood, it's not their place to do anything to him, much less make themselves judge, jury, and executioner and shoot him for stealing some. What could they possibly have in that neighborhood to steal?
I know,
a bunch of for stealing tube TVs, some transmissions out of their front yards.
I mean, I seethe with anger when I look at the picture of those two assholes.
Yeah, those beards aren't helping them at all. They should have.
If you have a small TV on top of a larger TV, you probably hunt down black joggers.
I'll tell you one thing. This is why I don't go jogging with black people.
I hear that.
Yep.
Is that why you don't go jogging?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Literally the only reason.
Literally the only reason. Otherwise, I'd be out there every day.
Yeah, because you're like Jim Fix.
No, it was terrible.
Guys,
it was
terrible. We gotta bring it back around to the funny. One of our viewers is saying, "I thought this was supposed to be funny." Have we been too serious today?
Who was saying that?
There was
Daniel William Fryer.
Oh, sorry, sorry, Danny. It's fucking free. Go do something else with your time, shit dick.
My bad, Fry Daddy. We'll try harder next time.
He's a good kid.
What about your dancing monkey? Go fuck yourself. So Michelle, you obviously you saw this too. What what is your whole take on the fact that in this country it takes 2 months to get any type of justice for a person of color with something that obvious?
I think that there's a lot in our front of our face, that there's a great deal of injustice that we deal with on the day-to-day. There's been a certain degree that there's so much that we don't do about things. It's disgusting. Like, this is terrible what happened here. Like, it's awful.
Yeah,
it is, absolutely.
But like, there's also like other things that happen, and like bigger things like with this country too. Like Carla and I were talking about this. Last year, I was invited to be a judge at like this big science competition at Post when I was like one of the power women. And it was like all these brilliant minds of like these high school kids that like some are at like MIT and these incredible research labs and do all this work. And there is this girl from a high school on the South Shore, like 5 Towns area. And her whole, like, she started doing a research project, and like there's just so much injustice in this country. Like, do you know if you go to a lab or any type of like medical research, when they're doing things on to find like anything, like even with COVID right now, to try to figure out like what's going to work and what's not, like the cells that they have in labs are only for like Caucasians. Like they only have white cells.
Wow.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Thank God I'm white. That's all I had to say.
Carla, comment? Right?
No, it's actually just rereading a couple of these like comments in the articles, and I think it's really interesting, like the way like they literally saw this guy running. Which, if you're a burglar, like, wouldn't you be driving or on a bike or like holding a basket or a knapsack? They literally just saw a black guy running in their neighborhood, and they decided.
Well, I heard he was wearing denim shorts. People don't wear denim shorts to go jogging.
How do you know?
How do you know what people wear to go jogging, Mike?
No.
Yeah. So apparently, a lot of people in Georgia believe that they hadn't been taken into custody because the dad had a lengthy career, and I quote, a lengthy career as an investigator in the Brunswick District Attorney's Office before recently retiring. So he was one of them, and they were looking for a way to get one of them out of trouble.
So maybe he's done this before, or this has happened before, and this is like something that they're used to.
I don't think he's done it before, but you know what? Like, but you're saying that there was a problem getting a grand jury together, or but you know what? If this happened on the 23rd of February, I mean, they didn't need a grand jury. They could have arrested them. They could have arrested them, and they could have waited to indict them later. A lot of cases are even resolved before cases are indicted. You can have somebody plea before they're ever indicted. So what, like, they could have been arrested. Why they weren't arrested the day of, as soon as they were identified, is beyond me.
So what you're really trying to say is I got to make sure that I get my PBA card updated.
That's right.
Correct.
Wow. All right. Fair enough.
This one does boggle my mind. I mean, there's no defending it. There's actually like a fake group for justice for these two idiots or whatever it is.
I saw that too, and I was pretty shocked that it had 70,000 members.
Yeah, it's like 70,000 people.
Yeah, but it's my understanding that more of those people are trolls than are actual true believers. Which I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, yeah, troll the shit out of these people.
Good God, man.
Like, where do I sign up for that program? I have a lot of time on my hands right now.
And by the way, you want to talk about a stereotype? Those two look exactly who you'd expect to be.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
When I read the story the first time and I pictured who would jump into their pickup truck with a shotgun to chase a black guy in Georgia,
the son
jogging in their neighborhood, that's exactly who I pictured. I could have put...
The son looks like Bert Kreischer never had a career and gave up on life. I mean, they look exactly like the type of people.
And the father looks like Richard Jewell.
And nobody social distancing, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's what the black guy, he was just trying to social distance.
Well, there was no social distancing yet. This is in February.
Oh, fair enough.
And that's what I'm saying. This happened in February, and they're saying it's because of coronavirus. In February, nobody was social distancing. Nobody was doing anything except hoarding masks.
They weren't even wearing theirs.
No, that's what I'm saying. This was in February. There's nothing going on. This is literally nothing more than, wow, this is one of our guys. Them sitting on their hands.
No, the white hood.
One of our guys. Are we really going to do this to one of our guys?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a cover up. It reeks, dude, and it's like everything else in this country. We're just everybody's so jaded, and I can't believe that there's a Facebook group out there that is defending these morons. Honestly, I hate people.
No, there's no defending it. Even I can't defend that.
Even Mike can't defend this, and he can defend anything retarded.
But no, the social media justice in this case. I'm happy about it.
Social media justice. All right, let's wrap up on something that I know you wanted to talk. What? Can we what?
Wait, hold on a second. Can we talk about Michelle for a second?
Yeah.
Can we pause and talk about Michelle for a second?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we didn't really introduce her very well. Do you know that Michelle was a former Miss New York? And I'd like you to take into consideration her posture and her preparedness for every topic and her perfectly phrased answer to every question. I mean, that was beauty.
Jesus, what do you want to sleep with, Carla?
She was like,
that really was beauty. You did take a pause. You thought about it, and then you gave
like shoulders down, back straight.
It was really beauty pageant answer. I didn't put two and two together.
It was nice. It was nice.
She's terrific, Michelle. She's beautiful. She's a great guest. Phenomenal. So tell us about your background. Michelle's a comic.
I'd put her in the top 5 to win Miss Domestic Disturbance.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Only if I can compete in sweatpants.
Tim's still a strong second place.
I do what I can.
Hang on.
Behind Jeff Bosey.
Female guest?
What was that?
No, we had Jeff Bosey a couple months ago.
Oh, we did have Jeff Bosey.
No, I love Jeff. Jeff's listening. Jeff Bosey's a good guy, another comic. But Michelle, Michelle's a Long Island comic. Check her out. She's very funny. Former New York. What else, Carla? What else about Michelle?
Well, why don't we ask Michelle? You know she's there.
Oh yeah.
Sweatpants.
Right there.
Sweatpants. I didn't know how much would be seen, so.
I'm not wearing pants. I'm like Winnie the Pooh from the waist down right now.
I have no.
That's most days.
I have no pants but compression socks. That's how sexy I'm rocking. Where I mean I have your whatever the at Michelle McDonald on your square there, but you have another page right on Instagram.
Yeah, I also have the brand that I work with, the Bohemian Beauty Queen.
Right.
It's an inspirational lifestyle blog coaching service, and we're branching into production service, where I'm working on 3 different television shows right now.
Oh, wow.
Not necessarily the Hamptons comedy talk show. I'm the host of Long Island Entertainment, which is one of the house shows through North Shore Television.
Nice.
Carla and I are working on Proper Ladies.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, Carla, are you leaving us?
No, I can do both. I can do both. Michelle and I talked while I was dying of coronavirus, and we decided that there should be, a place to showcase the kindler, gentler Carla.
Kindler.
It's all about you.
I'm happy to watch it because I love to see a kinder, gentler Carla. I haven't seen it.
Kinder, gentler Carla.
Wait, but also to redefine the term proper lady and what it means, because you can still exude yourself with class and dignity and etiquette and carry yourself in certain mannerisms that necessarily were not.
Yeah, you can.
sexual.
I was gonna say, you certainly can. Carla, on the other hand,
you absolutely can.
I'm bringing a bit of improper to proper ladies, but I think it'll be a good balance ultimately.
The ultimate balance, Asante.
Oh my god. Well, have fun wrangling those kittens.
But
then you can text me and be like, oh, I can't fucking take it. She's late. You can't get it to focus.
They both like to talk shit. They would die without me. They would die without me. They almost died because of me, but they would also die without me.
We died because of you. Tim and I talk every day. It's like a therapy session.
That is true. We have our own support group.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Michelle is the first guest, the first lady guest we've had, the first female guest we've had here. Am I wrong?
Yes, I was reluctant to have a female on, but I'm glad we did it.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yes. And since well, then let's finish off talking about what Mike wanted to talk about, how skinny Adele shouldn't be a thing.
6ix9ine video that came out today.
What?
Yeah.
The new Tekashi 6ix9ine single dropped today. I watched the video. There's a lot of rainbow and a lot of ass cheeks that jiggle like this.
There are a lot of ass cheeks. It's a good video.
In the way that my ass never has been able to.
What's the name of the song?
No, I know,
I'm an irrelevant rat.
What's it called? Goomba? Roomba? No.
Goober.
Gooba?
I hate.
Do you have that video up, Tim?
I hate music.
No, but Tim knows what I wanted to talk about, right?
I do. Adele.
Adele has ruined my life.
Oh
I've
my
been
gosh.
that lady for years. And now she went and destroyed herself. I loved the voluptuous Adele. I've been obsessed with her for years. And now she's destroyed.
See, now
how much weight did she lose? She lost like 100 pounds.
Did she?
165.
165.
Wow. She lost 165 pounds?
Yeah. That's like a person. That's more than what I weigh.
Yeah, she lost a whole person.
More than a person.
Love that voluptuous fucking. Ugh. I like a sturdy gal.
See, I like a Karen Carpenter type. You know, something I know I'm going to be burying in 3 months.
Oh man, but yeah. So that was.
I'm really torn. I'm really torn when it comes to talking about this because I think it's great for her if she's happy and if that's what she wanted. I think that's fantastic. But I think that there's something to be said for the fact that she's like she's gotten 10, 15, maybe 20 Grammys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's award-winning. She's an award-winning songwriter and singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she loses 165 pounds, and people talk about this, but people talk about this like it's her greatest accomplishment,
now,
right? And it's literally every fat chick's fear, right? Is that like this happens, and then it's like you lose all this weight, and then everyone is so happy, and you just know that the entire time that they've been looking at you, they've like,
like when Jonah Hill lost all the weight.
No matter how accomplished you are. Yeah, but no matter how accomplished you are in anything else, society will always view you as just a fat chick who can't get their shit together until you lose the weight, and then that's when you're accomplished.
That's why I was into her.
Did you read Naomi Watts? I'm sorry, Naomi Wolf. Excuse me. How images is the beauty myth. It was written in the 1960s, and it's about how images of beauty are used against women, and no matter how accomplished you are, or any of us are, we will never feel that we're good enough if we don't feel aesthetically appealing or appeasing or whatever like society says that look it should be in that moment.
They got them both.
I know.
You see, I heard that she lost the 165 pounds in the divorce with the rest of her shit.
Yeah, that's a rough divorce settlement.
So
yeah, she got fucking hosed.
I thought at first that's why she lost all the weight. She couldn't afford food.
At least she's healthy, and healthy never turned me on.
Clearly.
Her diet's interesting. The diet that allegedly she used to lose weight, the Cert food diet, it encourages you to have wine and coffee. So I'm looking into it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So the only thing fatty is
Also,
our liver.
dates somehow. Dates, red wine, walnuts, dark chocolate, dates, and parsley. I think I could live off of that. Parsley, a little parsley and walnut.
Pizza and Johnny Walker Black and cigars. That's my diet.
Interesting. Also buckwheat, which I don't know what that is. I just looked it up.
That's a little black kid from the Little Rascals. Remember he said, "Okay."
Does anybody know what buckwheat is?
He might just
had eyes like this.
I love how large Mike has to pull his eyes open just for them to be normal sized eyes. Like he really has to stretch them just for him to have no. How do you see, Mike?
I don't see. That's why I date you.
All right. It's 10:40. We're calling.
Yeah, guys, we had a lot of fun.
Michelle, thank you for sitting in on this shit fest. It was very cool of you to hang out. You're always welcome.
And again with Michelle, as soon as comedy's back, go check her out.
Yes.
Thank you for participating in this domestic disturbance today. You'll definitely be one of our finalists.
Thank you for allowing Carla to talk over you the entire time.
See, Mike, it's not just you. It's not just you.
Just talk over everybody. You're self-centered. That's fine. So yeah, thanks for listening to Domestic Disturbance. Please like it, share it, tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Next week we have who, Mike?
Yeah, next week's gonna be a lot of fun. We have Al Martin. He owns Broadway Comedy Club and Greenwich Village Comedy Club. He got me going. He was a big influence on me. We're going to talk about the state of stand-up comedy and how there's shutdowns affecting comedy clubs and owners and paying the rent. It's going to be really interesting. So,
and what it's like when we come back.
We're also going to touch on how Mike doesn't own a sweatshirt that doesn't hurt like a hangover.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like colors and I don't dress like a grandfather. It's so literal, Carla.
Good God! All right.
Communists don't like colors.
Good night,
you look
kids.
like a Smurf.
Good night, kids.
Like a shithead.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. Mike, get new
Thanks, Govs Radio.
Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Govs.
Thanks.